Hey guys, it was day 2 of PAX today. It's a Saturday and
Day 2.
Day 2, that's what I said.
Yeah. It's day 2. Sorry.
What did I say?
You said day 2.
I'm so confused right now.
Anyway.
It was day 2?
Right.
You said it was day 2.
Dang it, I'm sorry. We both misled you. It turns out it's day 2. Thank you. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about today. It was day 2 of PAX West 2019. And we're going to start us off today with best cosplay. We did a lot of cosplay interviews, or Des did, and but we also saw lots of others. So let's talk about our favorites. You go first.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. We, as just passing by, we were leaving the Indie Mega booth. We do a lot of indie games on Saturday.
Yep.
Pro
I'm okay. Pro YouTube.
Yeah, there it is. As we were walking away, we just saw 3 ladies walking by with like the sweet armor on. It was glowing. That a couple of them had like ice
Very
spikes.
fancy.
Ice spikes.
Yeah.
Super awesome. We stopped them and we interviewed them, but we're like, "Who are you?" And they're like, "Oh, we're summons from Final Fantasy." Oh, I don't remember the name. I was like, "Oh, this is just our interpretation."
Yeah.
They just wanted, like, they really enjoy Final Fantasy. They really enjoy the characters. They wanted to do their own, like, artists, cosplayers depiction of them. So it was
one was Ifrit,
Shiva, and
I don't remember the name of
lightning
the other.
one.
There was one
Dang,
lightning related.
Remua?
I think something like that.
Sure.
But Shiva and Ifrit, their armor was glowing underneath.
Yeah.
Shiva had like these glowing icicle spikes coming off of her pauldrons, and fantastic. And Shiva, of course, was full body painted blue, and it was just really awesome, really well done. Again, all handmade and homemade. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. My favorite was probably we met. I forget her name. Dang it. That's all right. There was a person that we interviewed who was...
I want to say Eevee, but I know that's not it. That's a Pokemon.
LCEC, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll have a video of... We've interviewed the people we're talking about today, so those will be up relatively soon, next week or two. She was a monster hunter. Basically, she created the origin armor set from Monster Hunter World, and it was so good. Like,
yeah, it was awesome.
Very good looking. Just impressive craftsmanship.
Yeah.
Something I have never even thought it would take a lot of learning for me to do something like that. And she was like, yeah, I need to do something quick, another one I wanted to do. And it's just like, how quick?
Yeah, I decided to join another group of Monster Hunter cosplays at the last minute, and so I did this, and she said, while watching all 8 seasons of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so that's how long it took, was the 8 seasons of Game of Thrones. And so I was just like, okay, well, you're just flexing on everybody here.
Yeah, whatever.
But also, very good job.
Weird flex, but all right.
No, not a weird, a good flex.
No, it's a good flex.
Solid flex.
Yeah. Chris?
Yeah, who do you got?
Ooh, there were lots of good ones, I would say.
There were a lot of good ones.
But I'd have to give it to the 2 Final Fantasy characters when you interviewed the Lulu and Yuna, and I didn't get their names, but I'm sure you got it on the channel.
Yep.
But especially the Lulu, because it was just the attention to detail of like all of the belts, and you could just tell that like a lot of time and care was put into that too.
She handmade all of her jewelry and things like that. Yeah.
And like even down to like the hair details and like having the cactar. And so as a Final Fan 10 fan, that one was really good, and it was just fun to see that.
We do want to give an honorable mention to what we all 3 talked about. There was a couple of guys, one that was Sora and the other one was Roxas.
Yes.
And their cosplay was great. It looked really cool, but they had keyblades that one of the guys had hand fashioned.
Amazing.
And just phenomenal keyblades, top notch.
Yeah.
Really, really good work.
Absolutely.
The Tangled one too, like the just artwork detail on it of like the hair,
the tower.
He even had wig hair at the bottom that was braided. Yeah, it's so good.
And it looked like almost exactly how I remember that one looking in the game too.
It's very cool. Yeah. Really well done. Yeah, so we had some cosplay. All of those and all of our other ones. We must have been at least 15, 16.
16 so far. And probably some more tomorrow.
Probably some more tomorrow.
Des has a hard time not...
there were so many at the end. I was
get back here. I need to talk to you.
Look at them over there. That person. They do. They have to like shuffle me along.
Horse blinders on him.
I
Same with
really
you and free
appreciate good
stuff, though.
cosplay. I really appreciate good cosplay. Yeah,
Yeah.
same with you and free stuff. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's free stuff.
Yeah, that's why they bring me along. To
Speaking
keep them
of
on
which-
Speaking of free stuff, look at that segue.
Loot for the day.
Pro YouTube.
All right, I'm gonna go first. We didn't get to play the game. I don't even remember what the game is called.
It's called Graveyard Keeper
Graveyard
by
Keeper.
Tiny Build Studios.
The game itself is played on a Switch while you're laying down in a coffin.
Yeah, that's how you have to play it.
That's
at
how
your
you.
house.
That's oh yeah.
Not even just that's not exclusive to PAX.
The gate. The what's it called? Coffin.
Oh,
Coffin comes with the game. It's
Yeah.
very expensive.
It's like part
Yes.
of the premium package.
Right,
Right,
yeah, that's
right,
the
the
director's
pre-order,
coffin.
yeah.
For $99, it's a good deal.
Yeah, you could die in that
Yeah.
thing.
The shipping and handling though is
That's
like,
where they get
Oh
you.
man, right
Yeah.
there. No, for real. They have you play it in a coffin, and
Yeah.
it's really cool. But there's also you can just go to one of the coffins, lie down, and get a picture. And when you do, you get a lanyard that can do things.
It lights up.
Yeah. I don't know why I love it so much, but I
Yeah,
do.
he immediately switched his lanyard when he
did.
got it.
Like got it, and I'm like, here, hold my stuff, and I switched it out.
You did,
and
yeah.
I like it a lot. So
Chris, what
I'm
was
gonna leave it on.
your merch today? Your loot.
Oh, I put mine right here.
Yep.
It was the obvious winner for me. You've got this amazing
Sweet
I'll
Final
hold it
Fantasy
double-sided.
7.
Thank you. Double-sided Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 7 poster from
Which
the
Yeah.
means
remake.
if you're me,
And-
that means you have to go back tomorrow and get another
Yeah.
one so you can have two.
Absolutely.
posters.
Yes,
Right, so you can have both
display
sides
both
hanging up.
sides.
Yeah.
And we got I didn't see any yesterday, so today we finally got to like sneak some footage of the gameplay, and I cannot wait.
Yeah,
to
we're gonna
get
make
to
that a
line up.
priority for the
Line
next
up
2 days.
early.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, it's a good poster.
Awesome.
Fox.
I have a problem, and I need your help. No, here's the thing. So in the Square Enix booth, every year they have a section dedicated to their mobile games, and I've played a decent amount of 2 of them, Brave Exvius and Final Fantasy Brave Exvius and Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. And for both of those, like, you know, plus their other one, if you did a few things, including like follow them on Twitter and retweet a thing, and then download their game and play it for a little while to get to a certain point, you then got tokens you can put in a gashapon machine, which is basically like a
To put a coin in,
you turn a thing. We
yeah.
don't call them that in America, but and then you get things. And I did enough to get 12 things.
All of the things.
They're
So
all
many
little
things.
buttons and pins and
What am I gonna do with all these pins?
I'm gonna pin them on things. But I mean, hey, look, they were free. They just cost my time and dignity. So, I got some Tifa ones. I got some Sora buttons. I got one that's a Moogle. I got one that's Vivi that just says like good or great or something.
He's giving me a double, so I can't complain too much.
Yeah, no. I did this for you.
No, you didn't.
No, I
Did
didn't. I
this
did it
for
for me. Anyway, that was we spent a lot of time in the indie booth today. Got a lot of good business cards and people to contact. I'm really excited about.
Yeah, I
that
got
too,
to see
but-
some. Got to see some.
Yeah,
some
played a
friends
lot of
and
games
connections
and-
that we have made over the
Yeah,
years.
absolutely. So
Got to see the guys from Lightyear, which is always weird.
yeah, those guys. It's just. Anyway,
so,
what else?
Game of the day.
Yeah, game of the
favorite
day,
game
right,
we
right,
played
right,
today.
right.
We again really focused on indie games today, so you may not hear about a lot of these games. But
Yeah.
what was the favorite indie game that you played today, Fox?
I'm gonna start with that one. Yeah. Man, I'm just trying. We played a bunch. Oh, what was that game called? What was that? Here's the
That you
thing.
and I played?
Yeah, that we both
Creatures
played.
in the Well?
Creature in the Well.
Creature in the Well.
Creature
Mm.
of the Well, Creature in the Well. It was interesting. It was a top-down or like isometric kind of thing where essentially it felt like a what do you call them with the paddles?
Pong?
No,
No, like a pinball.
a pinball, like
Yeah,
a
got
pinball
it.
game, but you're like. It was interesting. It's hard to describe.
It's
It was
like
a
a
straight up.
sword
It was a
fighting
physics. It was a physics
pinball
puzzler.
Yeah, like like a puzzler pinball hack and slash because you're
Yes.
kind of fighting the. It's interesting. It was a unique concept, and also the presentation was pretty cool, and it kept me wanting to play. That's a really good, like with literally any game. It doesn't like if you just want to keep playing, literally everything else doesn't matter. And if in that game, I was excited for each room because they're like, what's the puzzle going to be this time? And so that was really fun. I will definitely be playing that. I have a runner-up if you don't say it, but I think you will. So go ahead. Either one of you.
Okay. Yeah, I've been thinking about this all day too. and for the long time I was or for most of the day, I was going between two, that one that you mentioned and another. And then, except the very last game I played, stole it for me. And it was Trials of Fire.
Trials of Fire.
If you were going to say it, I was.
Yeah,
actually.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan, of Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone, and those sort of card games. And they just made like a really interesting, almost RPG-esque version of a card game. I think they call it like a tactical card strategy game, and whatnot. And so it's really interesting. You get these three heroes, and you choose from a bunch. And you have this kind of strategic card game where each of them get a couple of movements, and you have to spend cards to use them. And so there's that level of strategy. What's going to be valuable to me now, and maybe next turn, and that. And then there's a really fun combat system. They make it look really good. And then they also incorporate, some fun, kind of like Diablo 2-esque itemization elements. As you win battles, you get equipped the different parts of your body that give you new cards and new moves and stuff like that. And you level up your heroes. And the guy told me, who was the MVP of your match. And, like one of the guys did all the hard work, the warrior character. So they earn the level up and get like the new skill
awesome.
and that.
That's very cool.
And it had like a really in-depth story too. I played it at the last minute, so we kind of had to skip through that quickly.
Yeah.
But I mean, it has like it's really story-driven too as well. So it just has a lot going for it.
It looked really cool.
The animation looked pretty solid too.
I got to sit down and watch Chris play it for the last chunk there, and I'm not gonna lie, like it hooked me just watching.
Yeah, we'll
him
probably
play.
go back and hopefully film it tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, gosh, this is a really tough decision to make because there are a lot of really great games that we played. There are honorable mentions that I'd want to toss out, of course.
For sure.
But, gosh, this is like between the two of the last games I played called Elsinore and Backbone.
Yeah.
And these two, I mean, Fox doesn't that's you.
No, they are. But Backbone was going to be the one that I would have. That was such a cool game.
Yes, both are games that are like made for me. So I'm actually going to talk about both of them briefly here. Elsinore is Hamlet, the play. I love Shakespeare, but you play as Ophelia, living kind of a Groundhog Day type of thing. You wake up every single morning in the same day, and everybody's dying, like they do in Hamlet. Spoiler alert for Shakespeare. Everybody's dying.
No,
and
it has not been enough time. Come on.
It's
the
your
Russo
job.
brothers haven't said that we can spoil Hamlet yet.
Come on.
They have not given their official
1,000-year minimum, Steve.
So, you play as Ophelia, walking around, talking to people, trying to solve all the little issues here and there like that to try and make sure as many people survive as possible.
Right.
Super interesting. I really had a lot of fun playing that, but I'm going to give it to Backbone, which is a dystopian noir adventure is what it's listed as. It's anthropomorphized animals, which it's like that because the devs were trying to come up with this is wonderful.
Such a good story.
Yeah, the devs were trying to come up with a game they want to play, and while they were in their meeting, it was an online meeting, one of the guys was like, hang on, something's going on in my backyard. And he went out there, and a family of raccoons had started causing a bunch of trouble.
Yeah, they're getting
Raiding
into
their
his
compost.
compost.
And was just throwing stuff everywhere. And so he came out with his trumpet, and he started playing noises at the raccoons to scare them away. And then when he was done, he came back and put his headphones on, and everyone's like, nope, that's it, we found it. We're making a game about raccoons. So
I think the best part of that story was it wasn't, a stick, a BB gun, anything.
Nope. Get the
let
trumpet.
me grab my trumpet.
Let me grab my trumpet.
There are raccoons in my backyard. What do I do?
Yeah. Where's my trumpet?
I'll play him taps.
Yeah.
So
I keep a trumpet by my bed just in case,
Gotta be safe.
My nightstand.
You are a raccoon, and you are a private investigator. And it is super noir, and it is purely conversation based.
Yes.
And you're meant to go around and talk to people and try to either bully or persuade or blackmail people into helping you out along the way. I didn't play through any action at all. It was all conversation, and I loved it. It was so cool. The aesthetics of it were beautiful.
It is such a cool looking game.
Yeah, it's so good looking. And then already there was lore that they put in. The gorillas have pretty much taken over, and the high predators are at the top. Him as a meat eater, but low class. They can, but at least he's not a rodent. He said. And when you went into an alley, there were a bunch of rodents in there and things like that. And it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Well, there is one honorable mention I wanted to give.
Okay, what is that?
What's the bear Tony Hawk one?
Wave Break.
Wave Break. It was, I kid you not, it was Tony Hawk Pro Skater, but you're a bear in a speedboat, Other than that, it's Tony Hawk's
No,
Pro
it's with
Skater.
guns.
Wait, hold on. No,
Oh, and
you
you have
also
a gun.
have a gun
Yeah.
to shoot things.
I played with one of the volunteers and he sniped me like 4 times. And I was like, why am I dying? Like, what is happening? And he's like, oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to
By the way,
mention
you have
there
a-
are guns
there
in this
are
game.
guns
You have a
in this game.
handgun.
Yeah, you can shoot opponents like that are playing with you. There are no bad guys in the game, or you can
Yeah.
shoot things while you're doing tricks to get multipliers.
Yeah.
So
That's
And
a nice
it was-
9,000 point combo you would have there.
Yeah.
Shame if something happened to it.
Yeah, that was funny and really fun to
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
It's good, yeah.
man, there were so many other honorable mentions. We
I
did
know.
Shovel Knight. You did
Shovel
that,
Knight
that one,
Dig, which was
Shovel Knight,
fun.
with the dwarves going in the mine over and over again. That's on your wish list for.
Oh yeah, Undermine.
Undermine,
sure,
yeah, a lot of good things that
Yeah,
we
like
played.
a roguelite. I mean,
real good.
we played Boyfriend Dungeon. We got to
Yeah, that
see
was really
Victoria
fun.
Tran,
I
who's the
love
community developer at Kit Fox Games, who will be a guest on our podcast next week. Not
Oh,
this,
nice.
not in 2 days, but next week. Really excited for that to drop.
I don't think I ever, with Boyfriend Dungeon, got more invested in a game
For real.
faster.
For
Like, in
real.
the first 30 seconds, I'm like, I don't want this demo to end.
Yeah,
Like, there's
no.
some you get to the 15 minutes, and you're like, man, that was good. I'm glad I played that. I was like, can I just take this
no.
home now?
Yeah, so the
Like,
idea is
I've got dates to go on, guys.
it's a combination of like dungeon crawler, but also dating sim. So you date your weapon, you date your weapons and go on dates with them to make them stronger.
Yes.
Right.
So like I went into this dungeon using it's basically a dagger, but the dagger's name is Valeria, and when you're out of the dagger, it's a person. Or out of the dungeon, it's a person. But while you're in there, you can find hangout spots. And so I think this both happened to us. We went to an arcade and hung out and did one of those like love tester games, and it worked really well. And we kissed.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, wife.
Yeah.
I kissed a
My-
dagger in
my
an arcade
apologies.
in a dungeon
He has
while I
8
was in
stitches
Seattle.
now.
What happens at PAX
What
stays
happens at
PAX
PAX is weird.
is weird and goes on the
It
Yeah.
goes on our YouTube channel. Yeah, so lots of great stuff. We're only halfway done. I'm super
It was a
pumped.
really good
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. We'll keep you up with more updates. Hey, if you have questions or suggestions of what we should check out, put them in the comments right
Please
below
do,
here,
yeah.
and we'll go check out some stuff and maybe give you a shout out. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.